lots of fun. It was just like, it wasn't a real competition, it was just a raffle. They didn't calculate really any scoring, so the stakes were a lot lower and the grading didn't go very high. It feels more like a real competition. I know it's just for fun, it's always just for fun, but I'm kind of nervy.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll check in later. We had a smoothie and I had 2 mangoes, so.
Yum. Hello, okay, post-comp. We took some videos inside. It's probably gonna be muted just because there was blasting music in there. How'd it go for you?
I was really tired. I sat yesterday and I foreran a lot. And we were there forerunning later than we normally are just because we were down one of our like really strong dudes. So my body was super tired. I felt super tired this morning and then I started feeling a little bit better. And then I just started feeling super tired again. I was really in my head. I was really nervous because I think I came in with a bit of a negative attitude in the sense that I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired, so I don't know how well I'll do, but I'll kind of try my best. I think that definitely also was a factor. There was just so many people. There were so many people, and the format was different. I was expecting it to be, I guess, a classic format comp style where they take your top 3 climbs and you get the most points if you do it on your first attempt, you get the second most points if you do it on your second attempt, and then you get the third most points if you do it on your third attempt. But they ended up basing it off of...
Instead of just being like, okay, if you got in your first, second, or third plus attempt, it was like if you just got the climb at all. And then they did it by color grades, and 6 grades per color. If you got all the climbs in one color grade, you got a bonus amount that you could add on to.
It was the volume of climbs that you did.
Right.
I find for me, I don't love competitions where it's the volume of climbs you do, just because I'm not like a route climber. I'm definitely a boulder, and so my endurance is just not as good. And like for me, I guess it takes away the fun a little bit because it ends up being less about the climbing and more about the strategy. Should I try the hardest climb, or should I, try and chunk out a bunch of easier climbs so I can just get the points in? It ends up being strategy, and I know there's more strategy. There's obviously strategy with climbing as well. For me, I kind of like the purity, I guess, of just like climb as hard as you can, and like if you're climbing really hard, you get the points for it. And obviously that's not for everybody, but for me, I just don't love the do as much as you can as fast as you can. I guess for me it's like a quality over quantity kind of a thing, but some people love it, so like no tea, no shade. It's just not for me personally. But how did you find it?
I climbed stronger than I thought.
Yeah,
I was like
good.
I was like nervous kind of going in. So to kind of get over it, I just start with the hardest stuff first that like I don't even think I'd be able to do anyways. Like closer to probably like the 8 to some of them were probably 10 range. So obviously like
he's a mad lad. He goes immediately to the hardest climb in the competition. He's literally a mad lad. I'm like, everyone's like, let me warm up on like the quote unquote like the easier one. Let me just ease into it. And this boy goes to the hardest climb in the entire gym, pulls on the start, and then does that until he does all of them. It's insane.
And actually like technically top anything out. I didn't really do anything probably below like maybe like a 4 or a 5 or anything like that.
I didn't do anything below. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess you didn't do anything below.
No, I didn't do anything. I think instead of just getting in my head about being like, oh, if I fall off a warm up climb, it like gets me like way in the wrong headspace. I'm like, I'm just gonna try the hardest shit that I know I'm not gonna be able to like work anyway. And then when I fall, it kind of just gets me in the rhythm of like pulling hard, so that when I'm trying stuff that's more in my range, I'm already kind of in the mindset to go for it. And like I've already maybe I just don't think it's as, because then it gets me to try stuff too that I'm like, oh, I have no chance on this, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I actually stuck some moves on it and I got pretty far up it. Like there's a green tape that was probably like around a 5 or something like that, and I got more up it than I thought, and I was like, oh, okay.
I think honestly it ended up being a 6.
Fair enough. So like 5-6 kind of like thing, and I was like, oh, okay, I could pull on more moves than I thought. So that felt good. So yeah, like I definitely didn't place because I didn't actually score anything, but it was worth it. We left early too. We were, I didn't think that we were gonna like. We didn't stick around for the whole thing.
No, I'd say all around, like, setting was pretty cool. It's just nice to go to another gym and, like, do some new settings, different vibe, different energy. And, yeah, see some, like, new faces, old faces. I think that was the other thing, is that it was just, like, so many people, too. Like, it was busy. Like, they had a good turnout, but it was just, like, a lot of people and sensory overload for sure. And you were definitely... Like, I don't like, quote-unquote, fighting to get on the wall. I really like that about climbing, is that it's usually pretty, like, collaborative and supportive, but I do find it really hard when it's that busy because, you know, you wait so patiently. Sorry, sometimes you wait so patiently, but you wait, you know, somebody else goes, and then you wait for them, and then somebody else goes, and then somebody else goes on the other side, so you have to wait for them. And I find, you know, some of the younger kids, they just don't get it, right? So they're super excited, which is awesome, but they just keep going and going and going and going, and you're kind of like, at what point do you're like, you know, you're like, wait, what about me? Can I go? I did have one instance where I was climbing on an overhang, which was arching this way, and there was a child climbing. She got on the wall after I started climbing, and the climb I'm doing, I'm super insecure on because it's pretty above my pay grade, and she was climbing on this face, and I don't know if, you know, when she's gonna fall, and I am not secure on when I'm gonna fall, and so I was like, I'm gonna come off because we're both falling straight down the middle, and you know, I'm a tall girl, I'm a big girl, and regardless, I'm just bigger than you, so I was definitely gonna schmoosh. It's funny, I'm like, I kind of want to just do a competition that has like a normal system. The only competitions we've done, they both had kind of like, actually all the competitions we've done have kind of been very like different. I think just definitely not a Sendy day.
Yeah, there you go. Phoebe's currently cooking dinner right now. I'm just using her selfie stick. I don't know why I like tried to zoom out as if you could see it, but I'm using that selfie stick. Hold on, let me come with me. We're going upstairs. Look at that. Anyway, yeah. Check it out. There she is.
Cool, eh?
Pretty cool, eh?
Pretty cool, eh?
Pretty cool, eh?
Post-meal climbs.
Post-climb.
It looks like throw up, but it's easy.